$1 million. That's what one man wagered on the impossible. $1 million. An astronomical sum in 1927 offered by hotel magnate Raymond Oreg to the first aviator of any nationality to fly non-stop from New York to Paris. Charles Lindbergh seized that prize, a feat that electrified the world, but it also ignited a far grander and far deadlier ambition. Lindbergh's triumph wasn't just a personal victory, it was a gauntlet thrown down. For nations still reeling from the Great War, and for burgeoning empires eyeing global dominance, the Atlantic represented the ultimate proving ground. The air above it became a new arena for national pride, industrial might, and individual courage. The year was 1928. The prize wasn't just cash, but prestige, a statement of technological superiority. The destination, Rome. The challenge, a transatlantic air race from Roosevelt Field, Long Island. Not a simple point-to-point dash, but a multi-stage, multinational gambit over treacherous waters and unpredictable weather. 3 nations answered the call with serious contenders: Italy, France, and Great Britain. Each backed by powerful industrial figures and national governments, each pouring resources into developing cutting-edge aircraft and assembling elite crews. This wasn't just about flying, it was about engineering, logistics, and national honor. Italy, under the ambitious leadership of Benito Mussolini, saw the race as a grand propaganda opportunity. Their entry, the Savoia Marchetti S-64, was a sleek monoplane flying boat designed for long-range endurance. Its crew, led by Arturo Ferrarin, were national heroes, celebrated for their daring. France, still recovering from the war, but fiercely proud of its aviation heritage, put forward the Bernard 191GR. A robust, single-engine monoplane, it was piloted by the experienced and determined duo of Gina Solent and René Lefebvre. Their nation's hopes were strapped into that cockpit. And then there was Britain. Not an official government entry, but a privately funded endeavor with immense national backing. The Handley Page HP-35 Clive was a large biplane bomber converted for range, flown by Captain Walter Hinchliffe and Miss Elsie Mackay, a pioneering female aviator and actress. The Clive was a gamble. Biplanes were considered slower, less efficient for long-distance flight, but its robust construction and twin-engine reliability offered a different kind of confidence. Mackay, a woman of means and fierce determination, co-funded the attempt, defying societal expectations. The morning of August 14, 1928, dawned with a mixture of excitement and trepidation at Roosevelt Field. The roar of engines, the smell of aviation fuel, the anxious faces of mechanics and spectators. This wasn't a sporting event, it was a national mission, fraught with unimaginable peril. The Italian S-64 was the first to depart, a sleek bullet disappearing into the morning sky, aiming for the Azores as its first stop. Ferrarin and Del Prete were confident, their machine a marvel of modern design. Italy watched, holding its breath. Hours later, the French Bernard 191GR followed, a heavier, more deliberate ascent. Solent and Lefebvre, with their stowaway passenger, a young American named Arthur Schreiber, who had hidden in the fuselage, faced an unexpected challenge even before clearing the coastline. The unplanned weight of Schreiber meant more fuel consumption, a tighter margin for error. They were already flying against the odds, now burdened by an unforeseen human element. It was a classic example of the unpredictable nature of these early long-distance flights. But it was the British entry, the Clive, that captured the imagination most. A woman flying the Atlantic, not as a passenger, but as a crucial part of the crew. Elsie Mackay's presence added a layer of glamour and defiance to an already epic undertaking. Tragically, the Clive and its brave crew vanished without a trace. Somewhere over the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Atlantic, they were lost. The ocean, which had seemed to promise glory, swallowed them whole, a stark reminder of the nascent technology's limitations. Their disappearance sent shockwaves across the globe. Mackay, the daring actress, and Hinchliffe, the seasoned pilot, became poignant symbols of the era's ambition and its profound cost. The race for prestige carried an undeniable human toll. Meanwhile, the Italian S-64, after a harrowing flight, made it to its first stop in the Azores, then onward to Rome, landing triumphantly after covering an astonishing 466 miles. Ferrerin and Del Prete were greeted as national heroes, their flight a powerful affirmation of Italian technical prowess. The French Bernard 191 GR, despite its unexpected passenger, also successfully completed its journey, albeit with an unscheduled stop in Spain due to fuel issues. Assalant and Lefebvre demonstrated remarkable resilience, showcasing French engineering and pilot skill. But the true hidden history of the 1928 race isn't just in the landings and disappearances. It's in the underlying motivations, the desperate need for national identity after a global war, the drive to prove technological superiority, and the subtle, yet powerful, influence of individual daring. These weren't just flights. They were extensions of national will, gambles on the future of aviation, and tests of human endurance. Each plane carried not just its crew, but the hopes and anxieties of entire nations projected across an indifferent ocean. The race itself, while claiming lives, undeniably pushed the boundaries of aviation. Lessons learned from these flights about navigation, engine reliability, and weather forecasting were crucial stepping stones for future intercontinental travel. The failures were as instructive as the successes. The Great Atlantic Air Race of 1928, though overshadowed by Lindbergh's earlier solo triumph, was perhaps more significant in its collective ambition and its stark demonstration of the forces at play. It was a multinational drama, a microcosm of geopolitical rivalries played out in the skies. It was a moment when empires, still defining their post-war identities, literally gambled on wings and weather, proving not just what man could achieve, but what nations would risk in the pursuit of prestige and power. A forgotten chapter, perhaps, but one etched deeply into the annals of aviation history. Next, we delve into the lost city that defied Roman conquest.